We're here today taking a look at this 2026 Jayco Jay Feather. This is one of their most popular selling bunkhouse models, and with Megan being pregnant, 4 months along now, how you feeling so far?
Feeling so good.
Our outlook on looking at campers has to change a little bit because now we have a little one on the way and we hope to have more than just one. So we're gonna need a bunkhouse model here at some point, and now we're looking at these like, which one will work for us? So we're gonna see if this one gets a Megan stamp of approval or not.
I put up the 5. I wasn't trying to show off my ring. I was saying we're gonna have 5 kids. Okay.
I thought you were showing the ring too.
No, I was saying we're having 5 of these bad boys.
Yeah, God willing. So we will see. But yeah, we're gonna see if this one gets the Megan stamp of approval for something that would work for us, and you guys let us know what you think. But let's go take a look. Come on. Megan's going inside to rest her little feet. But we are here taking a look at this 2026 Jayco Jay Feather. The model number on this one is the 27BH. So this is going to be what I would consider like a mid-tier camper. Definitely has some nice features to it though. You get the outdoor kitchen here, the rear storage access door, really nice access here to store larger items. You even get a little tie-down ring here, so you get 4 of those so that you can lock stuff into place. And this bunk does flip up so you can load larger items through here, and you have quite a bit of floor space even to work with. So looks like something even like a paddle board, like if you slid it all the way through here, would work there. Obviously things like coolers and whatnot, and then you have some latches here to hold that bunk up out of the way when you want to use this rear storage door. Does have the ability to open and close this door from inside, but the latch on that does sit below the bunk space there. And then you have ladder to get up onto the roof, already installed, outdoor kitchen with the griddle cooktop. And I want to show you the front cap real quick before we head inside because it does look pretty nice as well. So on this front cap, have the blue LED lights there. Kind of gives you that signature Jayco look. And it's on a BAL Next Gen frame, so that's a Norco Industries frame. Now, as we step inside, I wouldn't be surprised if Megan is a little critical of this model. We'll see what she thinks. But before we look at that, or before we step inside, we're at 32 feet, 2 inches, or 2.5 inches. Unloaded weight is 6,822 pounds with a 1,378 pound cargo carrying capacity. So that is gonna put this somewhere right around like 8,100 pounds or so fully loaded. Something this size, I would not really want to tow with a 1/2 ton truck, especially getting to this length. I would be a lot more comfortable in a 3/4 ton truck. So that's going to be my recommendation for something on this size to tow with a 3/4 ton truck, mostly and especially because of the length on this camper. Doesn't have a shade installed on the window here, and we do have 2 doors here, one in the bedroom, which you're probably going to want those shades there. Just adds a degree of privacy since you can see through those windows at night. As we step inside, it is a pretty traditional style bunkhouse model. Right when we walked in, we do have a nice deep pantry storage here. It does have a outlet in this area as well. A good spot where you could like put a cordless vacuum. See your shelving down through there. Some hooks in there as well. Got your slide out and awning controls, tank levels, and tankless water heater. Cloth furniture there. Still like the cloth furniture as you're getting a chance to like sit in here and hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it to death.
Yeah, I like the cloth furniture as well. Very comfortable. These are both recliners. Now, how do you feel about having this armrest that's set in place here?
I feel like it's creating division.
I knew she was going to say that. See, I've been saying in my videos when she's not here that it kind of restricts our ability to just be able to cuddle up.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of that. Now, you could take out this middle division. It is its own piece, it looks like. So, but then that would just give you a gap on the side of the sofa. But nonetheless, the furniture itself is really comfortable. Pull straps on the recline function on these, so they will recline back. Give you a spot to hang out there. Before I get into giving my spiel, what do you think? What's your thoughts on this? Let me give you the mic.
We're calling these the Megan segments. Okay. Don't get me wrong, Jayco loved the aesthetic. You're doing something here, okay? Positive, in a positive way. But for me personally, thinking about having munchkins, this would not be enough space for us. For us, I don't think so.
What's that?
It just feels a little cramped in here. And yeah, I'm gonna say me personally, I just need more space to like walk around, especially if we have kids in here. I don't want to be like
What if we were
claustrophobic.
only traveling for like weekend trips?
Okay, I could deal. I could
Yeah,
deal.
I was gonna say some of her perspective is skewed a little bit because
Yeah.
we've traveled in our RV for like 2 months at a time, which is a very different travel experience than just like doing weekend camping trips. I definitely view this as a camper where you could do like a week-long trip in something like this.
Yeah. So if you're doing a weekend trip, this is it. This is it. I can do this.
Yeah.
But if we're traveling for 2 months, I'm gonna need some space.
Fun fact, far before you met me, back when I was just like a teenager, my family owned a camper that was basically exactly like this layout here, like almost to a T.
Really?
Yeah, it's a very popular floor plan. Pretty much every camper brand makes some version of their own style of this.
Yes.
So, but yeah, other than that, doesn't have your full body mirror anywhere.
Does not.
Yeah, yep, like most campers, does not have the full body mirror. Maybe we'll have to figure out a solution to add a full body mirror into any style camper, but who knows? But yeah, so let me go through and talk to you about some of the stuff. Oh, you got some.
Hey, if there's like a corporation that wants to like let me design something, hit me up.
Oh my gosh.
I have diabolical plans.
Every woman says this. Literally every woman under the sun that looks at RVs has said this. Every woman in my family, the women in the comments on these videos. Every single one.
We need to team up, ladies.
But anyways, as we go through this camper here, so Kloss Furniture, pretty interesting. One of the only brands you're going to find with the Kloss Furniture. So that's pretty cool in my opinion. I like that. Then you get the U-shaped dining table, and it has a freestanding table, so you actually can remove this table and kind of, position it wherever you want in this camper. You have storage space down underneath this area. Same cloth material here. It is a really fine fabric. Good color where I don't think it's going to really show stains or anything like that. Big windows all along the side with pull-down blackout privacy shades. Also have wood framed windows all throughout this area. Kind of helps block out that excess light bleed off the sides of the blinds, in addition to giving you the privacy. And as we look around this space, just a nice open floor plan layout, bright colors, bright and airy. You have a wrapped countertop material here. Now, fun fact, if you go up into the Jayco Jay Feather Premier line, they actually go to a solid surface countertop. So Jayco offering a lot of different brand options, even within certain brands, you get different segments where we have the Jay Feather, and then you'll have the Jay Feather Premier that will offer something like a solid surface countertop and a few other features. Have a 3-burner gas stove. Also has a knife rack back behind here with a bunch of different slots there for different knives. It's all Envision brand appliances in here, which looks like it's an RV specific brand. See this in a lot of the Jayco products. Pretty small oven, standard size though for a travel trailer RV. Got a nice big storage drawer underneath here. Standard plywood drawer construction with staples to hold that in place. And then we have a little bit of storage here under the refrigerator and freezer. Freezer is going to be in the bottom portion here, unlike a lot of other RV brand refrigerators and freezers. And then you have your refrigerator up top. This is something I'm not a huge fan of in my camper. Mine is the exact same way as this, where I only have 3 different options for where you can put the different shelves in here. These aren't tall enough a lot of times for me to put something like, maybe if it's a gallon of milk or anything like that. This here does have a nice tall space to work with there, so that's nice. But I would like to see like one more spot where you could put this shelf so that you could get a little bit more height to put taller items in there. But it still works because you have that space there. So go this way real quick. Let's get back to this bunk area. As we work our way back there, you got your storage here. This is like a tinted plexiglass style cabinet door. This looks like it's probably about a 42-inch screen TV. That looks bigger than a 35-inch screen, I think. So I'm going to guess that it's a 42, but it's really hard to tell on these TVs. It's not going to tell you on there.
Babe, I'm acting like I'm doing something. I'm acting like I'm contributing.
Like you're trying.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nonetheless, it feels adequate for this space. I mean, it doesn't feel like it needs to be any bigger, which is nice. You have your sound controls right here. Fireplace, so electric heat source for you in this camper. Then we have a ladder to get up onto your top bunk. We have 2 bunk beds here. Now with Jayco, you do have the highest rated weight capacities on these bunks. Is these double over double bunks are going to be rated for 600 pounds. Now, in the travel mode, if you're using these for storage, they're rated for 400 pounds. That's going to be because you have the potential for stuff to bounce on these beds when you're going up and down the road, and that is going to add additional stress onto these bunks. So rated for 400 pounds for storage, 600 pounds for sleeping capacity. Have privacy curtains around these bunks, something a lot of other brands may not have, especially like some of the cheaper options. And then the bunks here are huge. I don't even think I need to get up in these bunks because I literally think someone of almost any size will fit inside of these bunk beds, especially sleeping diagonal. And I mean, someone like us, this is why a camper like this worked for my family, even though I had like my siblings coming and traveling with us, my older sister and brother-in-law, like they could share a bunk bed in this space. So that's something too, where if you have a lot of family coming with you, you can still fit like 2 grown adults in these bunks oftentimes. Even get a little cargo netting down underneath here, a little bit of additional storage space there. And then as we go back into the bathroom, do have a porcelain foot flush toilet. So that's nice. You know something I've been talking about in so many videos? Come look at this. You see the issue we've been facing? Do you notice it? Look where the camera is facing.
This one with the racks?
Do you notice the problem?
Yeah, you have to. Can they hear me?
Hang on, here, I'll give you the mic. Here you go.
Is it not close enough? No, it is close enough, isn't it?
No,
What the heck?
Oh,
is it over the toilet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look where the towel's hanging.
I know, but I didn't. I already knew. But
she's the one that pointed this out to me. It's her fault that I point this out in all these camper reviews now.
I was trying to be positive, and I'm just so used to it being over the toilet or near the toilet. So I was just like, I haven't seen anything different.
Yeah. If you go pee standing up, shoot, you might splash that towel if you go pee sitting down.
Yeah.
that towel is right next to the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So not an ideal location for those towel hooks. It's not terrible, but I mean, because it's like, I mean, if we own this camper, honestly, in all reality, like the hooks would have just made more sense right here. Especially think about like when you're getting in and out of the shower, like you open this up. Even if you just wanted to crack this open real quick to grab a towel, like right there would just make more sense. So I would put new hooks right here on this wall if we own this camper, and that's where the towels would go. Other than that, though, ceiling height. You want to hold the camera for me real quick? Let me make sure I can see myself so I can see how I'm framed in here. But we have a proper orientation here for the skylight, so I can actually stand in the shower, but I do go up into the skylight here, so it's probably good for about 6'4", maybe 6'5" at best. Shower head, I would have to duck to get underneath that, but I also could hold it up over my head. And it's a plastic 2-piece shower, wide base here, plenty of room to move around and work with, and you do have multiple shelves here in the corner of the shower. Again, flexible shower curtain there, very easy to work with, and that's everything in this space. I'll take the camera back, get back behind here, and spot for your toilet paper right there. Got some shelving right here, nice little touch. They definitely didn't have to add this, and most brands don't, but a nice little additional shelving spot. Got a vent fan here in the bathroom also. Standard vent fan size. Got your medicine cabinet. We have liquefied. This is a black tank treatment for your RV that you can find at Blue Compass stores across the country. Speaking of which, too, if you're looking for your next RV, there is a link down below in the pinned comment and description to find a Blue Compass RV dealership close to you, as they have over 100 different stores in the United States for you to find your next RV at. So that link is there to find a store close to you. But liquefied is going to be a black tank treatment for your RV. Make sure that everything that goes into your toilet gets liquefied, and make sure that your RV also stays smelling fresh and keeps your black tank healthy. So that's going to be something that's an essential product for your RV, and this is a great product for it. They have it in the pod formula, liquid formula, and powder formula that you can find at Blue Compass stores, as well as Amazon and Walmart. Got your storage space underneath here. It does not have individual shutoff valves for the water line, so you are going to, basically that just means you're going to have to turn off the water to the whole camper if you did experience a water leak to stop that leak from occurring. Not something, I haven't experienced any water leaks in my camper, but that is something just to be aware of. Again, pull down blackout shades on the windows, spot for a little towel there, and then a nice big plastic sink. So we come out this way. Some things to note: you do have the ability to close each of your individual vents here with the AC ducting. 2 air conditioners in here. You have speakers in the ceiling, one here and one on the other side of the air conditioner right there. And that's pretty much everything in this space. Let's go back towards the kitchen, talk about a couple things over here. You have a dual basin stainless steel sink. Right here, I don't know if we looked at the storage under there, but you can see your storage space in case we missed that. And this does have like a stick-on faux backsplash, but it is nicely framed in here to kind of help seal that off. Outlet here in the corner, and looks like that is the only outlet here in the kitchen space in that corner. Also have a vent fan above the oven there, and that's pretty much it in this space. Overall ceiling height in this camper, by the way, looks like it's at about, probably only about 6'5", maybe 6'6". So it is a little bit on the shorter side. And then going in and out of like the bedroom right here, you can see there's a little padding right here that kind of blocks the gear for the door, and I do actually have to duck to get underneath that. Now intuitively this is pretty simple, like I don't even think about the fact that I have to duck. It's almost like the nature of walking naturally puts me underneath it. But if you're over like 6'2", you're definitely going to feel the need to duck under that door frame. So you have a sliding door going into the bedroom, really wide opening going into here. Queen size bed here in the bedroom. Then you have your wardrobe storage on both sides of the bed. Does have a removable shelf there, so you can fold clothes or hang clothes if you want. Outlet on the side of the bed. Has a cool little hidden storage spot underneath here. Got your pop-up wireless charging pad there. It does have some USB ports, type A and type C on that. And then it's a pretty decent mattress. It's not like the best ever, but it's also not the worst ever either. So I think some people will be satisfied with it. We got some storage underneath here, but also we have some drawers, one on each side of the bed. So you have some additional, quicker to easy accessible storage with that, and some storage up over the bed as well. And the second entry door, more than likely you're gonna want a privacy shade on that window. I wish they would just do them standard, but that's something that you can purchase for your RV. Turn back around this way, got a spot for a TV on the wall there, so it kind of swivel off to the side. And then you have a second AC in this bedroom that is just gonna dump air into this space. So definitely no problem with staying cool in this bedroom, even with the door closed. That is pretty much everything though on the inside of this camper. Let me know your thoughts, what you think down below in the comments. Also, if there's anything I missed, definitely feel free to ask me questions. Grab handle here, getting up into the bunk to make that easier. And as we go along the outside, talk about a few things out here. You have a Tamarack tire, I believe. Yes, and then it has a standard leaf spring suspension system, fully enclosed underbelly, so your water tanks and water lines will be above that enclosed underbelly. Furnace will keep those from freezing. Looks like this right here is going to be your spot to gravity fill your freshwater tank. Have a 2-year base warranty on a Jayco product, as well as a 3-year structural warranty. Pretty much every other camper brand out there has a standard 1-year base warranty, so nice feature there. Solid step on your main entry door. You have a more traditional RV step on your bedroom entry door. Nice thing about that is these steps have to swing in and out to get into the door. So let's say you just got done traveling and you want to get these steps down. Well, if your steps don't have the clearance to swing out like this, you can't get the step down, which means it's going to be up in the door frame in the way, and you're not going to be able to get into your camper. So it's only a problem if you're parked so close to something and need to get into your camper where that would ever occur. But this does give you the option where even if these steps are tucked up underneath the camper like they store away, you still can get into this door at any time, as long as you have the ability to get your leg up there and get into that space. So gives you an option to get into your camper. Also have a grab handle right there. Easier if you're parked really close to something in the event that that does happen. Might not ever happen to you, but it's just kind of nice to have the 2 different options for that reason. Got some light switches here for your step and cap light. Nicely finished out storage space here. You don't see that very often in RVs. A lot of times you just see the exposed framing here, but not in this product line. So kind of nice with that. Also really you have the quick drop stabilizer legs here. Not only do these drop down really fast with a drill attachment here, but also these truly are one of the best stabilizer legs in the industry in terms of the job that they're described as to stabilize the camper. It feels very solid whenever I'm inside of campers that have these stabilizer legs on them, and I do think that they are one of the best, if not the best, in terms of overall preventing the rocking inside of the RV. So really like those. 2 20-pound propane bottles, power tongue jack, nice looking front cap here with the blue lights. Definitely gives it that kind of Jayco signature look, as blue is definitely incorporated into a lot of their branding coloring. You have this big open storage space underneath the dining table that's accessible from outside. And then along this way, looks like all of our dump valves are in this one spot, which is pretty significant because this means they're running the gray tank from the kitchen. That comes all the way down to this one area. Really nice touch. I mean, in my travel trailer that I have, my bathroom and kitchen are on opposite ends of the camper, just like this one is. And that additional step to run it all the way down to this spot was not taken. So it's kind of nice because it does mean that like I don't have to worry about a long tube like that for the water to run all the way down. But at the same time, you just have one single dump valve location here on this camper. And some other campers, like mine, for instance, have 2 different locations. So I do have to move my sewer hose back and forth between the 2 to dump my tanks, whereas this one just has one single spot, which is pretty nice that they took the step to do that. Also, it's more of a true 4-season style camper because you do have your valves for this camper up underneath the underbelly. So that's gonna mean that basically you have your valves in a spot where it's climate controlled so that they don't freeze and that no water gets to these exposed plumbing areas here, allowing it to freeze there. So, and you even have a secondary like safety valve right there. So for this gray tank from the kitchen, you have a valve right there, but you also have another one up there. Have a spot to store your sewer hose underneath here. 50 amp power connection. Again, rear entry door, and then we have our ladder to get up onto the roof. Let's climb up there real quick. Up here, very important to be a responsible RV owner. It definitely requires checking the roof on your RV. The seals and seams up here do look very good. Really nice thick seals everywhere. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from that. I don't see any problematic areas in this space, but I check the seals on my RV literally every trip that I go on. There's no saying exactly how long the seals will last before they start to have bubbling occur, or they crack, or they start to dry out. And having leaks in your RV is fully preventable. It definitely takes being mindful and responsible though, and putting some work into maintaining your RV and just checking things. So couldn't say enough that you should be getting up on your RV and checking the seals and seams on your roof as often as you can if you care about your investment into this tool that you have to go have fun. Because preventing water leaks in RVs is absolutely possible, but it does take being a responsible and proactive RV owner. 200 watts of solar, 2 air conditioners, fully walkable roof here, and that's everything up on the top. So wrap up with finding you a price, or at least an estimate, on this camper here. I would be surprised if there weren't already some of these out there available in the marketplaces of 2026. So let me see what I can find for you, and then we'll get you on your way. Price on this is going to be right around 40 to 45,000. So these are already available in the 2026 models across various Blue Compass RV dealerships across the country. You might even find some 2025 models still available as well. So that's what we're looking at for a price. And if I missed anything, let me know down below in the comments, but that's all I got for y'all. So there's a link down below in the pinned comment below and the description of this video where you can find a Blue Compass RV dealership close to home for you. Again, they have over 100 stores across the US, so all over the map to help you with finding your next RV. And you can use that link to find a store close to home. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time.